The Apex Predator has been the worst rocket in Destiny 2's history for a very long time, but Bungie has set the record straight now. They have changed the course of history for the Apex Predator, and it is now one of the best rockets in Destiny 2 because it's a solar rocket. It can get explosive light and it can get reconstruction. It actually has some really unique perk combinations as well that might be utilized well for certain strategies, like bait and switch, for example, is a 35% damage increase, which is significantly more than explosive light, which is only 25%. However, with bait and switch, you actually have to do damage with the rocket. So you would shoot one rocket without any damage buff at all, then get it procced, and you'd have it for roughly 10 seconds, however long it lasts. And then you'd have to find a way to reload the weapon really fast. Unfortunately, there's no really fast way of reloading this weapon. You've got slideways, not slide shot. And so if it did have slide shot and bait and switch, this thing would be absolutely nuts though. With slideways, it's not as enticing. With enhanced reconstruction, it's about 3 seconds. With non-enhanced, you have about 3.5 seconds. So unfortunately, bait and switch doesn't really work for the god roll of the Apex Predator. Instead, you are going to go with explosive light. You are going to go with reconstruction, impact casing, quick launch, and a handling masterwork. This is going to complete the 5 out of 5 god roll. Obviously, you're going to craft it to get this god roll. And along the way, if you get a roll to drop that's comparable to this one, definitely hang on to it. This is going to be the rocket launcher to use for Grandmasters especially. And yes, keep in mind that reconstruction does actually load the rocket. You don't have to, it works like auto loading. You don't have to manually load the rocket, and it does go up to 2 in the magazine. So it's like clown cartridge, and it does everything for you. That's why it's just so sick. Easily one of my favorite perks of all time for all weapons. And the fact that it's on a rocket now just makes Apex Predator that much more impressive and that much more epic, and definitely worth grinding. Of course, jump into the last wish. The time I'm recording this video, the last wish is the weekly featured raid. You're going to want to get 5 frames of this if you can. If you can't get all 5 frames, what you can do is go to Hawthorne. She is currently bugged right now, and if you beat every encounter with the challenge, you can go to Hawthorne and she will give you 2 frames of any given weapon. I would highly recommend to choose the Apex Predator as that weapon so you can get 2 out of the 5 frames necessary in order to craft it to get this crazy god roll. The dungeon comes out this Friday as well, so a lot of people will be splitting their attention to the dungeon, so it's better to get this as soon as possible. Don't procrastinate. Get the god roll, Apex Predator, and profit. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed. Smash the like button. See you in the next one. Later.